Hi and welcome to this tutorial video. The goal of this video is to show you how the settings and parameters of the Debtor Drilldown Report work. The Debtor Drilldown Report is a detailed financial report which gives an overview of all transactions on the system. You can filter the report to only show transactions within a specific time span on specific accounts. You can also filter to show the types of accounts using specific selected groupings and filters to customize the report to the information you want to see. The more accurate these settings are configured, the more valuable and focused your report becomes. Alright, so to go over the settings and parameters, I'll first go over to add new. My report category will be debtor, and I'm going over the Debtor Drilldown Report. Immediately when I click on it, everything will expand, right? These are the settings and parameters that we'll be setting. I like to close everything just to have a nice view of all the sections that we're going to be going over. Firstly, I can give it a description. So maybe if we just want to see the medical aid information for a specific group of debtors, I can say medical aid information. If it's specific to discovery, for example, I'll select discovery there. Okay, so that's the name of my report. Now, the first thing that we want to set for our report might be the time span. Okay, so this is just selecting which time period we want the report to focus on. Firstly, we've got the financial year. By default, it will set to the current financial year. However, we can always change that by clicking on the drop down and selecting our financial year. Below that, we've got the financial period. So say, for example, we want to focus purely on the first quarter of this financial year. We could always set that from March, go over to May. So that's the first 3 months. We've set our financial period. And then next to that, we've got capture date and transaction date. Now, these two, capture date deals specifically with when a specific service was captured onto the system, okay? And transaction date is then the transaction or the service itself. So for example, the patient could have been seen on a Monday, whereas the details were captured on Thursday by the admin department. And finally, we've got the IFRS 15 date, which is basically when the contracts begin or end. This is very much optional. If you'd like to, you could always set that date there, but I'm going to keep the financial date the same for that first quarter that we're going over. Okay, so first question is answered, time span. Now, second question we have is the accounts. Which accounts do we want to look at? By default, you can select all the accounts on the system. Okay, next to that, we've got range, and range we can select by the debtor number, we can select by the name, or we can filter by the file number. So for example, if I say name and I say from the value of M to the value of Z, for example, so that's the range of the accounts I want to look at. Okay, so that one is for the names. Next to that, we've got list. Okay, so list is if you, for example, want to focus on just specific debtors. Maybe just 3 patients are coming in to query something. Okay, so instead of going through the entire range, we could just select our list. Okay, so for example, if we have those 3 patients, I can select simply those 3 patients that I would like to query or investigate the information on, and that information will populate there. Okay, according to the debtor number. Next to that, we could also then populate this same list using a previous report, so we can duplicate it using a previous report. Okay, so if I say previous report, we can select from the drop down which report we would like to then import over into this report that we're creating now. And then lastly, we've got raw text. So here we'd have to include all the debtors ID, so all these debtor numbers, right, their IDs, and once we put it here in raw text, it will then populate that group of debtor IDs that we have here. Okay, I'll just link a separate user manual for that in the description below. So for this example, I'll keep it brief. I'll just keep these 3 accounts that we want to investigate. And below that, which is perhaps one of the most important fields here, the grouping and filtering. All right, so we've got 3 different sections to choose from. Firstly, we've got the transaction level, which will just focus on the transactions themselves, not too much on the debtor's data. Next to that, we've got the debtor data. Okay, so this will focus more on, as it suggests, the debtor's data. And then lastly, we've got transaction level fall through to debtor data, which is essentially a combination of the two. And then below is where we can group our information. Okay, so instead of having all the information here, I can decide how I want to group and how my information will appear to me. And because I'm focusing mainly on medical aid information and I want to look specifically on the patients who have discovery, I can go over to medical aid scheme. Okay, go over to filter, and over here I can just say I want to focus solely on discovery. So I can then select just discovery there. Okay, and you can see that I've further filtered. If I just said medical aid without filtering anything, right, it will give me all the medical aid scheme. It will group my information according to all the medical aid schemes. Okay, so I've added an additional filter to say, okay, I only want to see discovery and it's only 13 selected. If I want to clear and start from the beginning, I can go over to clear. All right, so I'm just thinking now, because it's medical aid scheme, I wouldn't want to see a medical aid scheme for just these 3 patients. So I'll select the range, rather I'll keep the range there so that we've got more information to work with. All right, and then below that we've got transaction, which is then also a way to further filter the information that we want. What transactions do we want to focus on? Okay, so if I just want to see the turnover and I just want to see the journals only, all right, and I don't want to see anything else, that will also help filter my report further and only give me the information that I want to see. Okay, and then finally we've got settings, and then here for settings we can display the VAT for the journals. We can put the item descriptions to include from and to times. Okay, so if there's any items, it can give us more information. We've got the journal actions breakdown, and we've got the integrity test to align our age analysis with our movement summary. Okay, so for me, just for this example, I'll just be putting on the VAT for the journals if there is any. Okay, and there we have our report. All right, all our settings and parameters have been configured. Now I can generate this report and only have a 1 of 1 of this specific report. But if I want to create a template for this report, okay, specifically for this medical aid, I'll click on the drop down, I'll say save, which will save the report here, and it will generate the report. So I'll just go over to save and generate, profile name. Okay, so it will save it there. There my report is being generated in the background. Now there are times when it won't appear on our list immediately, and at such times we simply go over to update results, and there our report is. Now I can open my report, and there I have all the information that I would want specific to the question that I want to investigate, or the information that I would like. Okay, so in the next tutorial video, we'll then be going over how to read and navigate this report that we have here. And with that, we've come to the end of this tutorial video. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial video.